What's up everyone, this is Trebus here with Team Trebus, and today I've got a nice little PvT build for you guys that is easy to execute and takes advantage of the current PvT metagame. And what I mean by PvT metagame is that basically what's going on in the matchup right now is that each player is usually trying to get an expansion up as quickly as possible. So you see a lot of 1 gateway expansions or 1 barracks expansions, and what this build is a 5-gate pressure off of 2 bases that allows you to put on some pressure back onto the Terran. If he doesn't make enough bunkers, you can just straight up win the game. So it's a nice little build, so let's go ahead and get started looking at the beginning. The build starts off like pretty much any other PvT build. It's going to be right around a 13 gateway, 14 assimilator, and then maybe just spend really just 1 chrono boost on probes this whole time. We're going to be saving up the chrono boost for our warp gate. Attempt to scout, but of course if you can't see anything, well, you can't see anything, and continue on with your build as usual. As you're building your cybernetics core, go ahead and start a zealot, and then you can go ahead and use 1 chrono boost on your nexus, and then the rest of that chrono boost is going to be saved for chrono boosting warp gate. When your cyber core is done, go ahead and start chrono boosting warp gate, and the next goal is to get a nexus out as fast as possible. We're getting this nexus before a stalker, so if you can possibly deny scouting, that's great, but otherwise it's actually okay if the Terran player sees your expansion. Now that your nexus is down, you're going to just spend your time chrono boosting warp gate, getting a few stalkers out, and the next timing you want to look for is when your first stalker comes out, add on your second gas. As your assimilator is finishing and your nexus is getting pretty close to finishing as well, we're going to add on 2 more warp gates. Try to do this without stopping any of your stalker production, and also around this time your warp gate should be finishing. At this point you can start chrono boosting your nexus more. There's really no other good chrono boost target, so start getting some probes out really fast. The goal is to get right around maybe 30 to 33 or 4 probes out before we get those extra 2 gateways. Right now is a very vulnerable time in the build. You see we've got 2 nexuses, we've really only got 1 gateway out, and we've not been spending most of our chrono boost getting out units. And also we're building up a lot of gas, so there's a lot of ways that we could be losing right now just because we're investing in things other than the army. As those 2 gateways are turning into warp gates, you should have just enough money to start laying down a couple more gateways. This is gateway number 4 and number 5, and these are all the gateways we're going to get for a while. And after that we need to start spending that gas so the next couple warp gate cycles only make sentries. As this is happening, be sure to get a proxy pylon up for the attack that's coming out, and you can push out with your stalkers. Don't be too aggressive with them. You don't want to tip off the Terran that you're going for an attack and have him build an extra bunker or anything, but you can push out onto the map and definitely get map control to at least get the watchtowers. You should have about 6 sentries at this point, and with your other 2 gateways just now finishing, you should change your focus into zealots and getting at least 1 extra proxy pylon up. If you don't have a proxy pylon for this attack, it is just going to fail completely, so make a couple extra just in case, and continue making lots and lots of zealots until around 80-ish food. With those extra zealot warp-ins, you're ready to make your attack. Remember, zealots in the front followed by sentries and stalkers in the back. Charge in with your zealots, try to take down any bunkers, and use the force fields to block the repair on the SCVs, as well as to trap in any marines that you think you can actually kill. Focus down the bunkers as quickly as you can to get rid of those units, and do not let the SCVs get a repair. That is the ultimate way that a Terran can actually defend this. At this point, if you've broken the front with the bunkers, you can start warping in stalkers instead of zealots and sentries, and you can definitely push the Terran player back up into his ramp. Try to get down the expansion if you can, or at the very least try to make him fly it away. But at this point, certainly you should be far ahead in the game if the Terran player was not fully prepared for this. So long as the attack is still being successful, feel free to continue making units at your proxy pylon and sending them in to do more damage to the Terran, but at the same time be at least making a trickle of probes back at home just to have a transition after this for when the attack fails. Sometimes you'll just straight up win with this attack, other times you'll do a lot of damage, but it will eventually peter out if the Terran player is making bunkers at the top of his main ramp, that's really hard for a Protoss to push into. So you need to be aware of the time that you should just turn around, go back home, and work on your transition out of this. Hey guys, before I go on to the transition, I just wanted to pop in and let you know that with your support, I am trying my very hardest to be able to do this full time. And so what I need from you is to just thumbs up the video, and then especially go follow me on Twitter and Facebook. That helps me out so much. Twitter.com/TeamTrevis, Facebook.com/TeamTrevis. Links are in the description, and with enough support, I can make videos like this all the time. That means more content for you guys. So enough self-promotion, let's go ahead and get on to the rest of this video. Since you already have a lot of gateways and gateway units, it makes sense to start getting a lot of upgrades, so going for double forge and working towards a Zealot Archon composition in the mid to late game makes a lot of sense. While you're getting your third and the Terran player is trying to recover from that early attack, DTs can be a good decision if they're not prepared for them. They can do a lot of damage, although it's a personal preference thing. You could just go straight for charge and Zealot Archon, but DTs can be a good option as well. With your third base getting up and running and your nice Zealot Archon composition with double upgrades, you should be in a great position to just move in with a giant army and end the game. Deny any expansions if the Terran tries to go for it, and your army should be plenty sufficient to take out his. Anyways, that'll be it for this build. Let me know in the comments what you think of this style of kind of teaching a build order. I happen to like it a lot because I can go back through footage, I can edit things, do post-game commentary, and kind of piece it together in a way that makes a lot more sense. But maybe you guys prefer the live commentary style, so leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and I'll definitely be reading them and responding to them. So thanks for watching, guys. Once again, follow me on everything, and thumbs up. Thumbs up to you, because you're awesome. GG.